Here, lean against that arm board so she can get in there. All right. So I'm gonna open this glove pack and put my inner wrapper on top of this mayo tray, just as it is. So what does that mean?
It's no longer sterile.
Good mayo face.
No longer sterile.
The outer portion of the inner glove wrap will no longer be sterile. So I know it feels like, oh, this is an excellent opportunity to practice my popping. The problem is, if you go out to industry and they tell you to open glove and you pop gloves onto an unsterile mayo stand, they're gonna think you don't know what's sterile and what's not, okay? So this is the one time, the only time, you just get to rip open that glove wrapper, pull those gloves out, okay? And place them, no extra padding necessary, don't feel weird. Place them on your mayo stand. Okay. Now, you would go out and you would do a thorough hand wash up to 2 inches above your elbow. We don't have to do a full scrub because we're doing usually a dirty or at best a clean case. Okay? In the real world, even for this case, I would gown and glove because I have been squirted with vagina blood before. It's bad enough when it's yours, right? It's far worse when it's somebody else's.
Maybe I need to work on this to lose weight.
So, I would go out, I would do my hand wash. I would use paper towel to dry, but I would use the same technique, the blot technique. We should never dry our hands with a rubbing motion. It is so bad for your skin. It causes micro tears in your dermis, and that's a portal for infection should you get blood on you. Okay? So I've gone out, I've washed my hands, dried my hands, I come back to my room. At that point, I will open these gloves. Then I'm gonna open this lower flap and I'm gonna slide my fingers in under this little square. I'm not gonna go above the little square. And I'm gonna open my gloves. And I'm gonna fold that under. Now I don't wanna touch it anymore. The inside is sterile. Okay, can everybody see well enough? Or do I need to pat that down for your cameras?
I got it.
Would that, I see. Does that help? Okay. All right, so we always glove right hand first. Even if our surgeon's left hand, they will come in for their right glove first. You don't have to ask, ever. Right hand first, okay? If they're weird and want their left, then it's up to them to say something, because that ain't right. We don't do that. So.
It was tea.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna come in with pinchy fingers to this glove. And of course we would never point, right? And I'm going for this edge, the folded edge. I wanna be as close to it as I can. I want to be as close to that folded edge as I can. Okay, so I'm going to come in, push down, and pinch. Pick it up, step back. Okay, so you see what I'm looking at there?
Yep.
Now, I'm going to put this hand in. Twisty, twisty, twisty. Oh, I didn't do well. Okay, I'm going to stop about here. It's kind of caught up on my pinky finger because I missed my holes by one. But that's life, happens all the time. It won't be the first time you have an odd number of fingers. Okay, but you see how when I collapse my finger and pinky towards each other, I have that nice gap? This is the one and only time you get to reposition your hand. Okay, because you can't unfold the cuff from down here. So you collapse those together. I want to make sure and flip that floppy finger out of the way because that's a danger. If I touch it, it's contaminated. I'm going to repinch right there, and I'm going to work that cuff. And I'm going to end up with a short glove because I didn't get my fingers in where they belong. I want to get control of that floppy finger. And I should have let go there, sorry. Let go of that. Don't snap yourself, it hurts, it'll leave a welt. You'll be sorry. And it'll roll up. If it rolls up, you get what you get. Now you've got more uncovered arm. Okay, now I'm gonna bring what should be 4 fingers, but is not, in, and this time I'm going for this edge. The actual edge of the bottom edge of the cuff. And I'm having a hot flash, so I'm starting to sweat, so this is working well for me right now. Okay, so this time I'm gonna get in there, work those fingers in, and I gotta be extra careful because I got that floppy finger. Okay, I'm gonna work my fingers down in there as far as I can. I should get them all the way to the fold, but I can't because of how my fingers went. They betrayed me. Okay, now I wanna relax my fingers so I can get in there, and now I gotta stick that thumb out, so watch that finger. Now, at this point, if I do this, my right hand's contaminated. If I drop my thumb down, my right thumb is contaminated. So I'm gonna have to start all over. So like this, watch your fingers towards that arm, okay? But like this, work it, and let it roll off your fingers. I'm controlling that floppy finger with my thumb. Now, I can fix my
both
floppy
hands.
fingers. Because both hands are sterile. But
And your
I'm
hand is sweaty.
Okay, hot flash. And I always have nipple fingers anyway because I have man hands. And my fingers aren't long enough, so I always end up with nipple fingers. I'll tell you that story here in a second. Okay, so this one rolled on me. Can't touch it, nothing I can do about it. That's how I have to work. When the case is over, because this is so easy, you're gonna come in and pinch inside the cuff on the outside, but not too close to the edge, and you're gonna pull. And that will turn your gloves inside out, so any blood, guts, goo, pus, other bodily fluids are contained.
You did amazing.
All right, now let's spread you guys.